Have you ever been offered crack at your crack addiction support group? I'd been clean for 47 days when Derek walked into our Thursday night meeting. Our support group met in the basement of St. Mary's Church, 12 plastic chairs arranged in a circle under flickering fluorescent lights. I knew everyone's story by heart, but Derek was new, claimed he had 6 months clean and just moved from Atlanta. Something felt off immediately. While we shared our struggles, Derek kept checking his phone and fidgeting with his jacket pockets. When it was his turn to speak, he gave this rehearsed speech about finding strength through struggle, but his eyes kept darting to the exit like he was planning an escape route. After the meeting, I was helping stack chairs when Derek approached me. "Hey brother, you seem solid. Been clean long?" I told him 47 days, still taking it one day at a time. He nodded, then leaned in close. His breath smelled like mint gum trying to cover something else. "Look, I know we're supposed to be done with all that, but sometimes you need to taper off properly, you know?" My stomach dropped. I knew exactly where this was going. "I'm good, man. The program is working for me." But Derek wasn't done. He pulled out a small baggie from his pocket, right there in the church basement where we'd just spent an hour talking about recovery. First taste is free for a fellow traveler. High quality stuff, not street garbage. I stood there frozen. 47 days of fighting cravings, 47 nights of cold sweats and insomnia, and here was temptation literally in my face. The old me would have grabbed it without thinking. The old me would have rationalized it somehow. But I thought about Melanie, our group leader, who'd lost her kids before getting clean. I thought about Robert, who'd been sober 3 years and just got promoted at work. "You're not in recovery, are you?" I asked. Derek's friendly mask slipped for a second. "Recovery is relative, brother. Some of us just need different paths." That's when I realized what was happening. Dealers had started infiltrating support groups, targeting vulnerable people at their weakest moments. We'd heard warnings, but never thought it would happen at Tiny St. Mary's. I pulled out my phone. "I'm calling Melanie. She needs to know about this." Derek grabbed my wrist, his grip surprisingly strong. "That would be a mistake. You don't know who I work for." The threat was clear, but something inside me had changed during those 47 days. The fear of going back to using was stronger than any physical threat. "I know exactly who you work for," I said, louder than necessary. "The same parasite who sold to me for 3 years while I lost everything." Other members who'd been lingering started paying attention. Robert stepped out from the bathroom, his large frame filling the doorway. Derek looked around, realized he was outnumbered, and backed toward the exit. "You're making a big mistake. This whole group is." After he left, we called the police and Father Jerome. Turns out, Derek had hit 4 other support groups that week. 2 people had relapsed because of him. The police arrested him the next day with 50 baggies meant for desperate people trying to get clean. That night changed our group. We started a buddy system, background checks for new members, and a hotline for anyone feeling tempted. Melanie asked me to be her co-leader, said my quick thinking saved lives, but I knew the truth. Those 47 days saved my life. Every single difficult, painful, beautiful day of choosing recovery over the easy path. It's been 2 years now, 730 days clean. I still lead meetings at St. Mary's, and I always tell new members about Derek, how dealers will find you at your most vulnerable, how they'll make using seem reasonable, even necessary. But mostly, I tell them about the power of 47 days, how that's enough time to rewire your brain just enough to recognize a trap when you see one. Last month, someone brought their teenager to observe our meeting, wanting to scare them straight. The kid asked me what was the scariest moment of my recovery. I told him it wasn't the withdrawals or the cravings or losing my job. It was standing in that church basement, being offered everything my addiction wanted, and having to choose between the easy death and the difficult life. Derek got 5 years for distribution and targeting recovery groups. I testified at his trial, describing how he'd weaponized our vulnerability. The prosecutor said my testimony helped establish a pattern that led to a larger bust. 15 dealers arrested, 3 suppliers identified. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd taken that baggie. But then I remember, I didn't. 47 days was enough. It's always enough if you let it be.